welcome back. It's Mindless Ways again. Today we're going to do leftovers. You know, everyone has them in their kitchen, has them in their freezer, like, oh my gosh, I don't want to eat this anymore, I just want to throw it out. You waste food like that. Don't do it. You should just reinvent it. So today's leftovers is chicken thigh. I made rosemary chicken the other day, and I was like, I don't really want to eat rosemary chicken again, so what can I do? So I thought of a great idea. Chicken farm. Bow! But I'm going to do it with chicken thighs instead of chicken breast. I know you're supposed to do it with chicken breast, but it's my show, in my ways, and I can do what I want to do. So, we're going to do chicken thighs. So you're just going to take the chicken thigh out of all this gelatinous mess. All that gelatin inside when you cook chicken breast or chicken or bake any chicken and the sauce left over is gelatinous. It's called chicken stock. That's what you buy in a can, but it's all liquidy. When it's cooked right, it's supposed to look gelatinish. And plus, that's only homemade. Like, when you buy chicken stock in a can or chicken stock in a carton, they add preservatives in there so it can stay its liquid form. Because it needs to be like down to refrigerator temperature of like 32 degrees, right before freezing point. And once it comes down to that, it gets really gelatinous, and that's how you know if you make chicken stock good or well. But since they add preservatives to it, it doesn't get jelly like that. This is good. That's good. That's good chicken stock. The stuff you buy in cans, you have to add to it and make it taste good, and pray your children don't come out with like 3 legs. So, on that note, we're going to cut the bone out. You see, I see the bone right here. And me, personally, I know how to cut a chicken. Y'all always know that the thigh bone is one straight vertical bone. It's about that thick around, and it goes one straight way. So I'm going to cut it right down the center where I think. Just follow along the little knuckle right there. Then I'm going to start fanning that out. When you cut out, cut down, and then cut out to get away from the bone. Cut the meat off the bone. Like I did right there. Cut the meat off the bone. Then just get your hand in there. And you just go to the other side. Now you see how I just stuck my finger in there and got my finger all the way around in there? That's what you want, to get all that meat off the bone. Don't worry about the pinkness and stuff like that. That just tells me that it was frozen and I didn't unthaw it all the way and I started to cook it. So, I'm just going to pull that meat right off the bone. Crick, crack. Knuckle and everything came off because you don't want to eat that knuckle because it'll taste nasty. So, throw my little X's and N's and make sure you cut this stuff off, like this little tail part. It's not good. It'll get chewy once you eat it. Throw that back in there. Just, you know, trim them up, make them look nice. Because you wouldn't want to eat nothing that looks ugly or tastes horrible. So, let me wash my hands. Alright. So right here, ooh, water got in there. So I got right here our standard breadcrumbing procedure, our flour procedure, basically how we dip everything in the kitchens. It goes flour, egg wash, then breadcrumbs. You know, I want to get him a little wet because he's dry, but you know, if it was a raw piece of chicken and have that moisture to him, and I'm doing this with skin on if you notice. So I'm going to dip him in the flour, you know, get them all nice and coated. Get that inside of the chicken, because you eat that part too. You want it crunchy and crispy too. Then we're going to go get him in the egg, round town in the egg, round town him in my egg. I'm going to wait for all that snot to come off. I don't know what other better name to call it besides snot, because it looks like snot. Wipe him off at the edge, shake him a little, make sure we got all the little goopy globs off, and throw them right in the breadcrumbs. You're wondering, I made these breadcrumbs because I didn't have breadcrumbs, so I had to make them from bread, the old-fashioned way, how they do it in plants and how your ancestors did it. You know, just make sure you coat them all around. Look at the coat on that, you know, get that middle in there. Pat them down, nice even coat everywhere. And just throw them in the oil because he's hot and ready already. I already have them ready. Because something like this, you don't want your oil ready because that breadcrumb coating is stick on there and then it starts to get soggy. I'm going to wash my hands, get all that clump off. And your chicken's already cooked, so you don't really have to worry about too much of it being raw on the inside. And we just want it nice and golden brown and delicious. Also GBD, golden brown delicious. That's what I like to use a lot. While that's going, got them on low. Got the water in the back. And I'm sorry, I cut across your camera like that. Got the water, got him started. Salt, censor name, salt. Very good for you. Makes everything taste better. I understand you have high blood pressure and stuff like that, but you can afford a little salt in your diet. It's good for your body and you need it. You need it to retain water. Every human's body is 78% water and the rest is fat. You need water in your system. Help it out. Add salt. So you can take a couple dashes of salt in there. Usually my chef, he said he wants his water as salty as the sea. Me personally, seawater is really salty, and we're trying to live in a health conscious age, so I make it light seawater. So we have light seawater salt instead of instead of seawater salt, we have light seawater salt. Once that comes up to the boil, you add your noodles. You know, when you add your noodles, do not break them. Just take your handful of noodles you have, put them right down, and that was good, and just place them in there. Do not, I repeat, do not do this with your noodles. Take them and crack them. If they wanted you to have short noodles, they would have made the noodles short. Obviously, it's a way of doing this. When you have longer noodles, they retain more sauce. Short noodles don't retain as much sauce. That's why you have all that nasty sauce on the edge of your plate. At the end, you're like, wow, this is a lot of sauce. Because you broke your noodles. Don't break the noodles. Leave them alone. Now, back to our scheduled program. See the chickens over here? I see them not bubbling up as much. Look at that nice crispy top that we got. Really nice. I'm going to do that with the other side. Crisp them up. Noodles are boiling. Since we already got that nice crispy side, TV magic. I got one already ready. Batters are ready. Chicken thigh. And also some more TV magic. Bow! We have flaming hot, boiling, bubbling everywhere spaghetti sauce. I'm gonna set him back there. I made him a warmer earlier. You know, making tomato sauce is good for you. That'll be another show at another time. But for just reasons of time, I just use the can of your favorite tomato sauce. And, you know, add the normal garlic, onion powder, some Italian seasonings and herbs, which is oregano, basil, bay leaf, all that good stuff that you find in Italian foods. Right in the pot, chopped up a little bit of onion in there too. Added fresh garlic to give it a little bit of zing. So, see the noodles are boiling back here? And they're just gonna slowly drip down. Make sure you stir them constantly so they don't stick together. You don't want two noodles like this. Noodles didn't come in the pack like this. They came in a pack like this. Keep them that way. So, you know, you got everything. And some more TV magic. Already made noodles. And I had a shot of water because I made them earlier. You know, just to loosen the noodles back up. Just get a little bit of life back in them. You don't want sticky dry noodles. So we got your noodles right here. I'm gonna show you how to plate this bad boy up. Got a plate. Got your noodles right here. Don't fall. Don't fall. You do not fall. Good boy. Alright. If you want pretty, you know, round them up. Just take a fork and just bloop, 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 bloop. So everyone feels lucky. And plus it looks pretty when you're putting this on a plate like this. And just slide them right down. Unwind him. Because plates, oh my goodness. Plates, you want height. It looks pretty. It's appealing to the eye. Because low plates aren't really that appealing. When you go to restaurants, they usually plate up instead of plate down. Everything has a little bit of air underneath of it, like your salads and stuff. It's really, that's why you say, oh, this looks like a huge salad. It's really like a big, gapping air hole in the middle. Trust me, I used to do it to people. So, got your pasta, you know, make them stand up a little. And guess what we made the other day, boys and girls, from our first episode? Compound butter. He's going to be delicious over your noodles. And then you're going to add your hot chicken over them to dissolve that butter. Start to melt it. And you know, everyone has their own sauce preference. Me personally, I like a lot more sauce. Wow, that handle's really hot. Just from them being in the oven. That's cool. So I'm going to grab that. You don't want to coat directly on it because you want everyone to see the, wow, it's crunchy, it's crispy, it's beautiful. That's why I paid for this. Yes. So, you know, just go around. Straight around, go on the noodles. You can have one if you must have some on. Do it on like the middle part. Make it glide down. It's pleasing to the eye. Called the waterfall effect. Because it makes it look like, when I turn this plate around, makes it look like I poured the sauce all like that and it just naturally went around. You know, you can add Parm cheese if you like. You can add a little bit of mozzarella. That's how the Italians say it. Mozzarella. It's not mozzarella, you know. It's mozzarella. Well, no offense to the Italians. I love them. Got some friends in there. Add a little bit of cheese. Bam. Now I'll put that in the oven for that to melt, but I was doing that for service. But it'll melt by the time you get to your kitchen table. That's my time, y'all. Thank you for another episode of Mindless Ways. You know, follow me on Twitter at TannSmith. That's TEANN, last name Smith. Go like my Facebook fan page, Mindless Ways. You know, thank you. God bless. Love you all.